Sup nerds, I'm Tom.
I'm Wes.
We're going to talk about Ethnos 2nd Edition, and now I haven't played 1st Edition. I think Wes maybe has.
He hasn't, but since filming this, I actually have played the 1st Edition, and the only thing I can say is that, yeah, the art and the graphic design is a little bit drab, and it definitely pops a lot better in the new edition, so...
So Ethnos is, if you don't know, it's kind of like a drafting area control game. I'm going to put air quotes in drafting because it's really more the Ticket to Ride style. The cards are just kind of like out there, right? And you're picking up one. But the thing is that the row doesn't refill. You're doing set collection, trying to create a set of cards in your hand, either all the same region or all the same clan. But whenever you play cards from your hand, whenever you play a set, any other cards remaining in your hand that aren't part of that set get then added to the row of choosable cards.
Yeah.
So that has like a sort of like internal economy, and a lot of people are drawing from the top of the deck type thing. So drafting, I guess. But then there's the area control, which is a big part of where you get points.
Yeah, so when you play down your set of cards, whichever zone it was for, you get to add one of your little huts to that zone. Either if you're not there, you start off, and if you are there, you can add another one on top, and you're going to see who can have like first, second, and third place for how high you are in that zone. The restrictions are you have to...
You all right?
So however big your set is,
Yeah.
that's the level you can build upon. So if you already have 2 there, you have to play at least 3 cards to build on top of it, but you may want to overspend because you also score points based on how many you spent down there.
So like the sets you play, you keep them out in front of yourself, and then when the round ends, there's like a dragon card mixed in the deck or whatever. When the round ends, you'll score points based off of how big each of those sets was. So like if you just play down a single card, which you can do at the very beginning of the game, every single card, there's nobody out there, right? You just play one card and place one tower in whatever section that is, hey, you're off to the races, right? That will get you 0 points at the end of the round. So you may be drawing more cards, and again, I'm like, you're not really drafting cards, you may just be at a point where you're just drawing from the top of your deck.
Yeah.
Like, I just need one more, I want this set to be 5 and not 4, and then as you're doing that, like, okay, there's the other walrus or whatever these guys are, and you plop them down, but now you're adding a bunch more cards over here. The clans are really important too to scoring. Because they're scoring all these different regions, they're scoring the sets, but then the whatever card you have on top, right? Because it's possible that a lot of the times you're just going to choose all the same clan member in order to get your set, but you could choose all the same color or like region color with different clan members in there. Whichever one you put on the top is the ability at the bottom you're going to trigger, and those either are like engine things to get you going more towards your next set, or a lot of them are scoring things. For instance, there's one that lets you advance on a track, like however many cards you put into that set lets you advance on this track, which will get you points at the end of the round and let you add more as you progress, let you add more buildings out there onto the board. There's one that's sort of like another set collection thing, where like every time you place a hut in a different color, you then put a thing on there to show, hey, I've placed in this many different regions, so I'm going to score this many points. Or there's one where it's like a King of the Hill thing. There's this big token that gets passed around. Whoever places the largest of the, I think that's Bear Clan?
Yeah, it's the Bear Clan.
Yeah, whoever places the largest of that will move that around. There's one that's like Tiebreaker, one that lets you keep other cards from your hand when you go to discard all, one that lets you draw more cards. So like, there's so many different things.
And when you play, you kind of pick which clans you're playing with. So you can mix it up, have some like replayability factor, because not every clan is in every game. So every game is going to have slightly different mechanics that you're trying to work towards.
So when you pick, you only pick like 6, and I think there's like 13? Oh wait, why am I can just count right here. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11, 12. Okay, so there's 12. So you can play this game twice without having any of the same clans mixed in there, which is pretty interesting. I like that a lot. I really like games that have variety in that. And there's like randomizer cards for it, but I really think you should just pick the ones that you like for your
This one's cool, this one's cool, I want to try this one. I also like with the area control how you have the randomized points out there for where you want to be and which zone you're fighting over.
So like some zones could be worth less points in general, or some zones it's like, oh, it's 4 points in round 1, 4 points in round 2, and oh my god, 12 points in round 3, you know, like...
So round to round, it kind of changes which zone you're contesting for, or are you playing for the long game of like, well, this one's not worth a lot of points now, so I can go for it uncontested, and then be ready for the later rounds.
Look, this is a really great game. It's simple enough, and it's one of the games that it plays really quick. We had talked about this earlier, where we were talking about River Valley... Oh, you're right. I can't remember what it's
I told you about the name.
River Valley Glassworks. When we were talking about River Valley Glassworks, in that, like, we'd rather play... I would rather play 4 one-hour games over 1 4-hour game. This isn't quite like that. It is quicker than you would think, with lower player counts. And actually, I've only ever played it at 3 or 4 players. But with lower player counts, there's only 2 scoring. We're talking about round 1 and 2. There's only 3 rounds come in with larger player counts. But, like, the rounds... turns can just whip around, right? Because you can just be draw. Like, you know, you're not... Now, granted, you may want to have that crunchy where, I'm going to do this, which lets me advance on that track, which gives me an extra resource, which I can then spend as a wild to move over here. And, like, that's cool, but it's also cool to just be like, draw. Boom, I got what I need. Play it down, put those there, boom, you know. It's cutthroat because you could just be like, oh, I'm going to stack, no big deal. And then someone says, oh, now we're tied. Oh, now I'm bigger than you. And actually, ties are friendly unless you have this one clan that you can screw over. Like, it's solid. It's right in that groove of, like, complicated enough that I feel like I'm playing a game. I've got enough meat. You know, there's something on that bone.
Yep.
But not so complicated that I'm burning my brain, spending tons of time, feeling exhausted at the end of it.
It definitely nails that balance, and I'm glad they did a second edition because it's a fantastic game that I do think the artwork of the first edition just kind of made it die off. No one cared about it.
I kind of have nothing but positive things to say about this. Component quality is great. I like the art. Color pops. Well, these are a little pokey. You could poke yourself with these. So there's a negative.
It's kind of a nice poke, though.
Oh, sorry. One big negative. I'm missing my 4 of these Ninja Star things.
My only complaint to the game is that I was an idiot and lost a component.
Well, actually, no. I do have a real complaint. This insert sucks. We'll put a picture, but I don't want to. It's on the floor. The insert was clearly designed to, like, it's like they tried, but it sucks. The trays are to, like, separate out the decks, don't work. The big well where you put all these pieces in it, it's not big enough.
We were on the verge of greatness. We were this close.
Yeah.
So if you guys want to get a copy of Ethnos, there will be an affiliate link down in the description where you can click on it, go over to Amazon or wherever it takes you.
It's good. We're putting the link down there. We know it's going to take you to Amazon. Also down there is going to be a link for Game Toppers. They're the sponsor of Neverboard Gaming. They're what we're filming on right now. And what we play on, unless we go into a public place, we're playing on a Game Toppers. It's one of our favorite things to, like, honestly, it's like one of my favorite things about games in general is, look at this thing. Look at this.
Oh, would you look at that? You got under? Yeah, look at that. Look at that.
Get from behind
look at that.
And you can't do it.
Oh, look at that. Look at that.
Yeah,
look at that.
And if you tell that to the cops, they're not going to give you any consideration.
Oh, look at that.
There's also a link, or it's not a link, it's a button, but it says subscribe on it, and you should click on it, and then you'll see what happens. It's a surprise.
Yeah, it'll be. You might never be bored, but